Every marketing expert who told you just personalize your emails was lying to you. Not on purpose, but they left out the one thing that actually mattered. They never told you what it cost. And that lie has been costing you thousands of hours. For years, personalization outreach properly just wasn't worth it. You had to read every submission, understand their situation, figure out what mattered to them, and then write something back that's meaningful. That works when you've got 5 leads a week. It doesn't work when you've got 50, right? So every growing business faces the same trade-off. Be relevant and be slow, or fast and generic. And almost everyone with a brain chooses speed. Not because it was better, but because it was the only scalable option. Here's what most people missed. The bottleneck was never the writing. It was the cost of everything before the email. Understanding why the person raised their hand, what decision they're actually trying to make, what they're uncertain about, why now even makes sense to engage. That interpretation step was manual, exhausting, and completely unscalable. So most businesses just skipped it. Not because it wasn't important, but because it just could not scale. That's why segmentation became the standard. Not because teams were lazy, but because it was the least worst option available. If we can't speak one-to-one, we'll speak one-to-many and accept a lower conversion rate. For a long time, that compromise was reasonable, right? Until AI changed the game. What changed wasn't copy, it wasn't prompts, it wasn't better automation. What changed was the cost of interpretation. Understanding context, who someone is, where they are, what they're thinking right now, no longer has to be manual every single time. And when that cost drops, the old trade-off starts to disappear. You no longer have to choose between relevance or scale, thoughtfulness or speed. That constraint made personalization impractical, just isn't there anymore. Once you see that clearly, a lot of the old systems start making no sense. So if you've ever tried personalization but walked away because the effort didn't justify the return, you weren't wrong, you were just responding to the real constraints. In the next video, I'll show you that trade-off gets removed without adding staff, without adding processes, without turning your emails into something creepy. Not theory, not hype, just what relevance looks like at scale when understanding is built into the system. See you in the next one.